The attack on Britain has begun with the long-expected air raids. The first of these, in which about 100 Nazi bombers took part, were apparently directed at some sort of military objectives in various places, but the bombs missed their mark, as for instance when they struck this school in East Anglia. No life was lost here, for the raiders came over early in the morning, and by the light of the moon they were engaged by our fighters and anti-aircraft batteries. One of the planes to be shot down bore distinct evidence of having been hit by anti-aircraft shell fire as well as by machine gun bullets. A nice piece of cooperation by our defenders. Incidentally, this particular machine is thought to be the one that bombed the school. You see, the plane was pretty well smashed up, though trophies like that machine gun were found by the RAF. Raiders also visited rural Cambridgeshire. Here too, the targets they hit were not the targets they aimed at, to judge by these pictures of damage done in a farming district. But the people remained perfectly calm in spite of their experiences and in spite of the damage to property by bomb and machine gun. And it was business as usual next day. In this area too, our defenders took their toll of enemy machines, and it begins to look as if wrecks of Nazi bombers may soon become common features of the countryside. In a town in Cambridgeshire, this row of houses was hit, several lives being lost and many injuries occurring. But in spite of the bombing, everyone behaved with courage, though many found themselves in the front line for the first time. Throughout the country, the desire of civilians is to equal the fearless efficiency of the fighting services. One story of a woman's rescue is told by the vicar.
Then I went up to the gate and saw a fire, got the stirrup pump, went back, and was using that when I heard a voice calling me, "Oh, Mr. Johnston, do come and get me out." 2 or 3 ARP men came along, and together we lifted her up, and they carried her off and sent her to hospital.
On that first moonlight night when Hitler began his attack on Britain, 7 Nazi bombers were definitely brought down. In due course, no doubt, enemy planes will become common objects of the seashore as well as the countryside. Britain, fighting off the attack, is at the same time going all out to build up a force big enough to win the mastery of the air. The BEF, as we've already been told, have returned to Britain.